see, I've gotten some DVDs in. What do I have? The funny thing is, I have not bought DVDs since the year 2000, I think it was. It was either Blade or Eminem's The Slim Shady Show, which was like a cartoon in South Park style, somewhat. And the reason I haven't is because, well, frankly, the internet, once Napster showed up and once movie downloading showed up, I have been a dirty, filthy pirate the entire time, and I have no shame on that. The days of me having entire rooms filled with motherfucking tapes and tape holders and DVDs and CDs all littering the fucking place, they're over. Now it's just a little black hard drive. Boom. Everything's cool. Okay. Oh God, don't hate me. Please don't. This is Jim Varney's It's Ernest. Complete series, 13 episodes. You know what? I'm going to put this down here, and I'm going to jump over to this other piece of mail first. There we go. Now, let's get some context going. This is PeeWee's Playhouse. I forget what year it came out in. Let's see, 1986 it would seem. And it was a really funny fucking show. I mean, it was excellent. I mean, you had PeeWee, he had an HBO special, which was kind of adult and kind of funny. And, you know, it was him as him. And then he went and made an awesome movie, and simultaneously, I believe he made this PeeWee's Playhouse on CBS on Saturday mornings. And it was a great show. And it ran from, I want to say, 1986 to 1989, if I'm not mistaken. Something like that. And unfortunately, it came to an end. I'm not sure on the exact story because it has been quite a long time ago. But pretty much Paul Rubens here, Pee-wee Herman, he was caught fapping in a fucking peep show place or something like that. It was something really dumb. Pretty much, he masturbated and lost his show. And that just sucks because that's garbage, man. That is bullshit, you know? I mean, well, then again, if he really did do it as they said, that would be kind of jerking off in a public building, and that's okay, that's yeeshi. Yeah, maybe you should have lost it. I don't know. It just sucks to lose everything that you've made and are being successful with because you jerked off. I don't know. Yeah, I guess, you know, context, though. It has to be in a private place, please. Poor guy. But, you know, I think he showed up in Buffy the Vampire Slayer after that, and, you know, it was hardly even noticed, and I really don't think he's done too much since then. I think he did make a movie for, like, Netflix or one of those Hulu-type places. I don't know. Pee-wee's Big Road Trip? I don't know what the fuck it is. But, yeah, he had Pee-wee's Big Adventure, which was a phenomenal movie, easily in my top 10 of movies ever. And then he had Big Top Pee-wee. And it annoys me because the same thing with, like, just about every movie ever in modern times. You have a character, they fall in love with somebody in the movie, and then the sequel comes out, and that bitch is gone. It's like that chick didn't matter at all, and I hate that. It's like, okay, well, it's a sequel, and now he has to have a whole new love interest. I mean, how stupid are audiences that they have to deal with that shit, you know? Anyway, back to this DVD. This has seasons 1 and 2 on it, and I have another disc coming that's seasons 3, 4, and 5. And the cool thing is, it's a special edition. It's been remastered, which it badly needed because, I mean, I used to watch it on a shitty rabbit ears on a crappy-ass TV, and pretty much every clip you would see online were junk. So, yeah, this was done in 2014. Yeah, thank goodness. So, yeah, now I have seasons 1, 2, and I have 3, 4, and 5 coming on another disc, and I downloaded off YouTube a Christmas special of Pee-wee's Playhouse. I really don't need any more than that. I mean, I'll probably get his 2 or 3 movies too, but, you know, those I can download online like nothing, because, you know, piracy. Awesome. So pretty much Pee-wee, he jerked off, he lost his show, and CBS was like, well, fuck, we've got to put a replacement in there. And replace him they did. And thankfully, It wasn't too bad. I was impressed with it. This is Ernest. He's always talking to Vern, which is actually the viewer, which is actually you, which is kind of funny, you know. He's putting words in your mouth, kind of. And I don't know why that turtle on the front looks like he has a stack of coins or pancakes on his back. I don't know. But it's like, you know, I don't think that was the name. That wasn't the name of the show, I don't believe. Yeah. Here it's saying on the cover, it's Ernest. But it's actually, hey Vern, it's Ernest. Man, that's so fucked up, isn't it? They didn't even get the name of the show right on the fucking case. What the fuck? That makes no sense. It's hey Vern, it's Ernest. Why would they not have... Oh, God. Anyway. Yeah, so this is the show that replaced Pee-wee Herman, Pee-wee's Playhouse. And it was funny. It was really funny shit. I mean, they had a movie, Ernest Goes to Camp, and that was a pretty big hit. And then they came out with another movie, and that wasn't as much of a big hit. And every single time they came out with a movie, it was shittier and shittier and shittier and shittier until the point where it was just awful. And I think one movie was like halfway through production, and they never bothered. I mean, before that, it was like direct-to-video shit type stuff going on. And he's dead now, Jim Varney. Apparently he got his start in the 80s. Like, I think 1980, he was doing like local commercials, pretty much as this character. And, you know, he was doing a bunch of local commercials all over the place, and at some point he was noticed, and, you know, he started making movies and started had this TV show. Once again, this one is, I hope this is the one I'm thinking of. I don't see what year this was printed. See what I'm looking for here. Oh, yep, 2017 Mill Creek Entertainment. Okay, that's good, because that means that these ones have been remastered. So just like the Pee-wee's Playhouse, this has been remastered, and that's cool, because A, I can't find these online, or they're on torrent sites that I don't trust, that I know I'll get busted for. And, you know, these are the best quality that I will probably ever see them in, which is, you know, cool. So yeah, I got all of Pee-wee, well, 3, 4, and 5 are coming, and I got all of Ernest. And these two shows were really good. It was like Saturday morning cartoons. I don't care how nostalgic a motherfucker you are. Saturday morning cartoons in the 80s were dog shit. They were complete garbage. I mean, you know, some of them had nice openings, like you had Mighty Orbots, which was done by Tokyo Movie Shinsha, I think it is. And, you know, that looked nice, you know. I think they're the same guys who did the Bionic 6 opening, too. But it's like, you know, I mean, for the most part, Saturday morning cartoons were horrible, unwatchable shit on ABC. They were horrible Hanna-Barbera cartoons that should never existed. All these icky Ruby Spears cartoons that should have never existed. I mean, it was bad. It was so bad. So, you know, something like Pee-wee's Playhouse, as irreverent and weird as it was, I mean, it was like a godsend. It was actually something to watch on Saturday morning TV that was cool, you know? I mean, some people call it too abstract or, you know, too moronic. Fuck them. It was a great show. And it's Ernest. While probably not as good as Pee-wee, it was a pretty damn good show. I suggest it. I mean, you can get these things really fucking cheap on eBay. I think I paid, oh, I don't know. I want to say I paid maybe $5 for this and maybe $5 for this. And I think seasons 3, 4, and 5 were maybe $10. I don't know. But seriously, for like, you know, anywhere from like $20 to, you know, $30, you can have all of this show and all of this show. And I really suggest it. I mean, I can't suggest it enough. They were both really cool. I'm kind of wondering about this one. No, that one should be good. Yeah, because I remember Rhino got the rights to this, I believe it was. And they posted on YouTube the opening to Pee-wee's Playhouse, and they were it had cut off, like, you know, the first section of it that was all, like, you know, miniaturized claymation-y type stuff. It was weird. So I don't know. I hope they're not cut. But yeah, being remastered, it's probably good. And this one has a whole bunch of bonus shit on it too. Let's see what it says. Okay, it doesn't. Oh yeah, interviews with the cast. Yeah, that's cute. Let's see if this one has anything special on it. This has been compared to "You Can't Do That on Television." Yeah, that's fair. Actually, he looks like the Italian guy that used to be in a. Yeah, it doesn't say anything about having any special features, but yeah. God, this I went so long just talking about 2 little tapes or DVDs. Yep. I suggest it. Get season 1 and 2, and 3, 4, and 5, and get that. And those covers specifically, because there were earlier releases of these, and they were not as good. You know, these ones are remastered. This is what you want. I am repeating myself. This video has to be so fucking boring. You poor bastards. Like and subscribe. It's too bad about Pee-wee, though. I mean, other than the fact that he jerked off and lost his show. The action figure line, it had... I mean, Chambi looked like he should. And Cherry looked like he should, but... actually, some of the all the non-human characters looked pretty right. But I don't know, the human figures didn't look good, and the worst travesty of all, Pee-wee Herman himself, did not look good as an action figure. I mean, I didn't like the head sculpt they used, you know. Even back then, it was like it's almost like they were using these weird caricature drawings that were also used on tattoo sheets. I recall. I remember being up in Maine on vacation, and the local store on an island had Pee-wee Herman tattoos, and it was funny because not only were they, you know, not very Pee-wee Herman, Pee-wee's Playhouse looking, they were in another language, if I remember. Like, it had Miss Yvonne, and it said La Dama next to it. I'm like, what the fuck? I don't know. But yeah, there should have been a better action figure showing. I mean, I guess it wasn't too bad compared to how some action figure lines come out for live action things, but, you know, it still could have been a lot better. And the Playhouse playset that came with was one of those old Sears type opening cases, you know? Like, I used to have this one laser base that opened up, and it was like, it was cardboard printed with sci-fi stuff, but it had like a thin wrapper of plastic on it to keep it from warping and getting all moldy and shit. And the same thing happened with Pee-wee's Playhouse playset. It's like, it was the same thing. You open it up and it has sections, but it's all covered in plastic. It's like trying to go on your grandma's couch, and it's like, you know, like 50mm plastic on it. You know, it's just like, okay. But yeah, these are awesome.